how girls can be incredibly mean when they want to be, especially to other girls?
Yeah, I've seen it for sure. Well, a teacher from Calgary noticed this. She decided to take action, and that's when she founded GirlPower. That's a company that provides workshops to help young girls create respectful, honest, and supportive relationships with each other. And Jess Allen and I went to go check it out.
This is Melissa and Jess, and they're here to participate and watch the workshop with us. I'm going to get started. I'm going to teach you the language of friendship.
We're making lists of qualities that make a true friend and qualities that make a toxic friend.
True
versus toxic.
toxic. And we're not talking Britney Spears toxic.
What's important in a healthy friendship?
Well, I thought that you have to share. They're always smiley and happy. Someone has to make you feel good. Someone who can keep secrets. They have to include you when you're playing games. Someone who can respect you. Happy when your friend gets their boating license or something.
That's a good point.
I think a true friend should be a good listener.
Yes.
Because I talk a lot.
If there is a little girl going around being mean to other girls and nobody ever stands up to her, she will grow up to be a mean woman. On the count of 3, I want you to say no like you mean it. 1, 2, 3.
No!
Okay.
Anyone who likes poetry is a loser.
That really hurt my feelings.
Anyone who has feelings is a loser.
You know what? We're not having this conversation. In fact, this is not a conversation.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
But we're really friends. We're really
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too. I'm sorry.
Girl power!
And we want to say a really big thank you to the Bishop Strachan School for letting us hang out with their students for that evening, which was a ton of fun. Please welcome now GirlPower founder Dana Kerford, who's here with us. Welcome. That was a lot of fun for Jess and I to be able to witness some of that. And of course, you're teaching girls about the value of friendship. So why is this particular workshop so important for girls? And they were, by the way, 8 to 9 years of age.
Yeah, and they were in this workshop, they were with their parents as well. So this workshop is called The Language of Friendship, and it really teaches the girls and the parents a new language for learning how to manage what we call in GirlPower friendship fires. So they learn what's normal in a friendship, and then they start to learn the importance of surrounding themselves with friends who treat them with respect and make them feel good. And then, of course, we teach them how to put out those friendship fires like you were practicing in the...
I thought we were pretty good, Dana.
Pretty good.
If I might say so myself.
You nailed it. You nailed it, yeah.
Do you find that girls are generally discouraged from, standing up for themselves?
I think so. It's a girl's natural instinct to seek harmony in her relationships. Girls want to be liked. They want to get along with everyone. And this feeling is also reinforced when they're told by adults to just ignore her. And that's something that we hear a lot. Almost 100% of girls in the workshops have been told by an adult, just ignore the behavior. And so, that feeling of fearing conflict is being reinforced.
I'm guilty of saying that to my 8-year-old daughter, when she's dealing with some, grade 3 issues and some mean girling. And at the same time, I encourage her to be assertive and stand up for herself, but then I don't want her to be labeled bossy. So how do I, ride that fine balance? It's really difficult, especially when she comes home and she's very upset.
Absolutely. I think it's great that you're teaching your daughter to stand up for herself. I think that's the most important thing, that we're telling girls that it's okay to express how you feel in friendships. And it is important to stand up for yourself. Most girls think standing up for themselves is being mean. And so we teach them the girl power way, which is the nice way. And so, yeah, sometimes when we look at the spectrum, some girls on one end of the spectrum might be shy and they have their head down. And other girls might, they get their hands on their hips and they're doing this. So we talk a lot about body language, just making sure that they have their hands at their side and their body language says, I'm serious, my feelings are hurt.
What are the ramifications, though? I mean, you're starting with young women for a reason. Because what are the ramifications later on in life, into adulthood, if you're not addressing these issues so young about how to stand up for yourself, how to deal properly with relationships?
And not only that, to me, how does it impact, to me, I can see a direct correlation of how it'll impact their romantic relationships down the road.
Definitely, absolutely. absolutely. Well, the research shows that girls who have healthy friendships do better academically. They have higher self-esteem. They have a more positive body image. They're involved in more leadership opportunities. Plus, they make smarter decisions later in life in relationships with boys. And that's a really important thing to remember, that we want girls to practice at a very young age with their most intimate friendships, their most intimate relationships now, learning how to stand up for themselves, and of course that important rule around increasing your daily dose of healthy friendships and spending less time or decreasing your daily dose of unhealthy friendships.
So for people who can't come to your workshops, so what are the tips? We're dealing with kids that every day it's a new BFF, or somebody has something in their lunch that's different than somebody else, or all the girls are wearing pleated skirts and you've got leggings on. Like, it's really, we look at them right now and we think, oh my gosh, we all remember going through that. But it's painful when you're 8 and you're on the outside looking in.
Absolutely. And I think as a parent, one of the best things you can do is empathize. Lots of times your daughter's going to come home and talk about a situation that we can look at as adults, and we have perspective, and we can say, oh, that's in the grand scheme of things, this is not a big deal. We don't want to say that with our young girls, because the reality is little things now become big things later, and you really want to keep those lines of communication open. So I think that's another one. And the other thing I'll say about especially moms, try not to be so emotionally invested. Try not to ride that roller coaster with her.
So we're not going to phone little Sally's mom?
No.
We're not going to go to the school and make a big deal?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
All right. No, but these are things I need to know, and we all need to know, right? It's hard to figure it out.
And that happens all the time. Parents think that that's the right thing to do, and actually that's one of the main reasons why girls sometimes don't talk to their parents or even teachers, because they're worried that they're going to make it worse.
Well, try not to interfere if you can.
I think the best thing is empower her. You want to be the one saying, you got this. You can do this. I'm going to coach you from the sidelines. I'm going to cheer you on. But you got this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And you also talk about, I think this is something that we all heard too, is like, oh, she's just so jealous of you. And you don't think that's a good idea. I think that's a default position for lots of moms. Why is this not good to say?
Yeah, and we hear that all the time, right? Girls are told, just ignore her. She's just jealous. And we don't need to cut down the other girl.
Right.
We want to continue to bring the focus back on your daughter. So the one thing I tell girls all the time, who's in control of you? And when I do a parent-daughter workshop, all the moms yell, your mother! But
That's amazing.
fair enough. Other than your mother, you're in control of you. So we want to keep bringing the focus back on you, role-playing the scenario so that she can feel comfortable next time. She's just jealous, doesn't really give her any tools or strategies.
This is just the tip of the iceberg, and I know I'm enthralled by all of this because, as you know, I'm having a daughter, so even more so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what kind of world is this going to be? But this is just the tip of the iceberg, so I want to let everybody know at home that you've got a ton of tips. We've got them at thesocial.ca, so please know that, and also you've written an article for us that's online as well, so we appreciate that. Sure. And we hope to have you back soon. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So fun.
And we'll be right back here on The Social. Don't go anywhere.